I mean, that's all gum's good for, right?
I eat too much gum.
About 2 minutes gum, and then it's out.
You ever see these little red paper mites?
What are they?
These little red mites?
No.
I don't. I think they're paper mites.
Paper mites?
Maybe I'm making that up. Hold on, let me look it up.
Paper mites.
You don't think I'm telling the truth? You think I'm making that up? No, look at that. Paper mites. They're a variety of arachnids distantly related to spiders. These tiny parasitic bugs can infest areas where papers, old books, dust, and mildew accumulate. Oh, you mean my entire life?
Yeah.
Piles of old newspapers are a haven for mites. Old storage boxes filled with paper. Files also provide a home for these tiny pests. That's what that is. It's a little red paper mite.
They're just all over us.
Well, I see them sometimes. Like, you know, I used to see them more in the old garage because that place was like, the whole fucking place was a paper mite buffet. Dude, I'm almost done with the gum.
I feel like I've realized this morning. I'm like at this age where I'm like a giant snake. Just my skin's just constantly peeling off. Just
what?
Well, you know, like there's just like shed.
Really?
Yeah, like the insides of my glasses. How is it full of like?
This is something I haven't experienced yet. Maybe I should be on the lookout. Your skin is peeling?
Well, I'm like a extreme white guy.
Right. Well, I guess, are you putting on sun protection? I don't think your skin should be just peeling off. I have other problems.
It's just,
I don't have the skin.
It's like light amounts of skin. Like if I pull my sheets back, there's skin in my bed.
That doesn't sound right. Well, this is good. Maybe you're going to change into a new shiny skin. Isn't that what's supposed to happen? Maybe you're going to turn into a butterfly.
Oh man, I wish I could fly the fuck out of here.
I haven't had that skin problem. I've got my toes are fucked. I feel like we talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, we talked about your fucked feet.
I mean, we talked about they're like more. I keep getting worried that they're going to get more fucked because I'm going up. I've been wearing those Gorucks. Is it, what do they say?
Yeah, Gorucks. I got mine on right now.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to make something with a little more tread for me.
Oh.
But I like them. I mean, they're comfortable. I don't think I got quite, I'm in between size there. So they're comfortable, and I think they're made for kind of trucking, for like kind of what do you call it? Trailing,
rucking.
But like that hike I go on, that we've gone on, that's a real hike, and like they're a little slippery for those.
Well, I use them up there, but I find everything slippery up there. I had a bunch of different shoes that I kept trying up there, and I was like, nah, none of this is working. You just have to.
You got to like lock in your core and not slip. The thing that's genius about those Gorucks, though, is that ankle strap.
Oh,
like that design, it's crazy because they seem so flimsy, and like there's nothing to them. And they go up over your ankle, and that's one of those things about the thicker boot is the support, but it's got that double thick strap that kind of goes right around your ankles, and it really works when you're pushing against it. I was surprised. It's kind of genius.
I love the sole. It's
comfortable,
like,
yeah.
It's like squishy, cloudy.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I got so many. I just been going through this shit where every day my job is like how. When you own a house like this, it's like it's a full-time job.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, I got to get rid of shit. I got to get rid of boots. We're going to sell boots.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to sell them, dude.
Yeah.
Should I just give them away?
Oh, well, what are they?
Well, they're Red Wings.
Oh, those sell. Yeah. I don't give those away. That's like money. It's so funny you're talking about, like, I just looked at a place for sale around the corner.
From here?
Yeah. And it was... It's like a historic apartment complex. Incredible. Never seen anything
like it.
More
on brand?
No, it's in Pasadena.
Oh, okay.
But there was an old lady there.
Yeah.
And she's in the garage, and she goes, what do you do? I go, look at a place here. And she goes, they're old, and they break all the time.
Oh, she lives
there? The pipes, the wiring.
She lives there?
Yeah. But... it's beautiful. And then it has shit garage. So I'm like, shit garage. I can't do shit garage.
I bought a house. I had a house in escrow.
Yeah.
Back when I was with Crazy Jessica. And I bailed in escrow because I realized I can't put this garage together. It was all about that old garage. Like, it had a garage, but it would have taken a lot of work to get it up to where I needed it. It was this old Craftsman. It was nice, and I was ready to. I just couldn't pull the trigger. I bailed in escrow.
Yeah.
But I didn't really want to move either. It was, you got, man, people get in your head, man.
Well, you know, it's funny.
So she got me convinced.
I was just talking to someone on the way over here. If you grow up in like San Francisco or somewhere where there's shit parking, there's these deep bones in you.
Garage bones?
Yeah. You're like, I care more about the garage than I do the house.
I know, but we're not even going to use the garage for a fucking car.
I am.
Oh, you are?
Well, yeah, I like to. My thing is,
you produce in your house.
Yeah.
A podcast.
Yeah, and I like to just pull in to the garage, and I don't like to worry about if the fucking door is going to hit the wall on the left or right, and I don't want to worry about a guy next to me. So this garage had an 80s Cadillac in it, and they go, you split with this guy. And I was like, I looked to the right, and he had crashed into the wall a million times on his side. No. So he's also hitting cars on the left side. There's no way.
That's not going to work out for Anal Dean.
Anal Dean, exactly.
Anal Dean don't want no scuffs on anything. No scuffs on the boots, the watches, the cars. No scuff Dean.
No scuff Dean. Exactly.
Look,
glasses, it makes me crazy.
But because of his no scuff obsession, his skin is coming off.
Yeah.
You're shedding skin because of your fear of scuffing everything else.
That's right. I'm shedding my scuffed skin.
Exactly. That's where all the scuffing's going on. I don't know, man. I just been a little amped. Today I was amped. And you know what I did? What I did over the last couple... Dude, I just got an advanced copy of the new fucking Los Lobos record.
Oh, yeah?
Holy shit.
Oh, man.
They are the best.
They are great.
They are the best fucking band. It's all covers.
Oh.
And it's covers of music that influenced them. So it runs the gamut of like old psychedelic music, Latino music, to country music. They do it all. Oh. And they do it like only they can do it. And they're the tightest fucking band with so much space, so much. They're the best, man.
Oh, like I gotta hear that.
That album, what is it, Kiko? Come on.
Oh, no, I love that. And Colossal Head is just, come on, that's just a masterpiece.
Which one's that?
It's the one with the fucking robot head on it. What's it called? Is it Colossal? It's Colossal Head, right?
I know the Wolf one. Will the Wolf Survive? Right. And I know Kiko.
Okay, well
and I got one of their early Conjunto records, all in Spanish.
I love what I love about them is, hold on, let me get this, because these guys, every 5 years or so, and it sounds like they do it this time, they'll just go like, you know what, let's make like an electronic record. Like this, something crazy out of nowhere.
This is straight up like beautiful, like just tight Americana music, man. They're playing that swing blues. They're playing that fucking Latino stuff.
That's it, Colossal Head. Oh, my God.
I don't know that fucking.
Okay, that one and this one, Good Morning. That one, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got this song, what is it? Let It Be This Time or something? God,
I remember that song.
Yeah, these guys killers.
But for me, it's that Will the Wolf Survive and Kiko. Kiko's a fucking masterpiece. Sounds like I got to get caught up. And I think they did a song on that Disney songs record. You know that one that came out a while back of all the Disney songs from movies? I think they did the one from Jungle Book, like, ooh wee, I want to be just like you. Or maybe that was Waits. Oh, which one? Waits did one of them. I want to walk like you, talk like you. The gorilla song,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Butthole Service did Scooby-Doo.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, of course they did. But I'm just like, now I got to figure that out. And also Hidalgo did that weird Houndtooth record?
Yeah.
Do you know that record?
No.
Jesus, man. Fucking, what is it called? It's like you can't even find. I think it's Hound Dog. The record is Hound Dog. HOUNDOG. It's like deep, weird, dark, almost blues, dopey groove. But you can't it's not a wiki, man. You can't find it on wiki. Wow. You can't find the breakdown featuring Hidalgo and Mike Halby. I don't know who Mike Halby is. Do you?
Nope.
It says he's from the vocalist from Canned Heat. Now that makes it even deeper. But you can only get it. You can't. I don't think it's on iTunes. I had it on a CD.
Oh, wow.
And now I don't know where that is.
Oh, I don't know. CDs. I got a couple boxes of bootleg CDs. I've been trying to dump. They're probably worth about 10 grand. I'll take 2 grand for all of them. There's so many.
I got mine in one of those books, right? I finally took them out of the jewel boxes and just, I saved the labels, but I slid them into the slots. Yeah. There's a few hundred. But
yeah. You got a CD player?
I know. Not even in my car anymore. I have one I can plug into my computer if I want. Oh, wait. I could probably use my Blu-ray player that I have. I can use that.
I don't have any of that shit.
Do we need them?
Nope.
Not even in the car anymore, man.
I know. I don't want anything anymore.
Really?
Nope. I figured it out.
Really?
No, I don't want anything. I want a house and that's it. I don't want anything.
That's why you like those mid-century things. Yeah. Because there's nowhere to put anything.
Yeah. There is no...
So you got 3 books and some plates.
Dude, that's all I want. There you go.
And the rest is just the architecture.
I keep wearing the same clothes.
He's switching up the glasses a lot.
Yeah, switching up the glasses
all the time.
All the time. Well, that's a.
I know, it's like it's jewelry, it's accessory.
Yeah. But I don't want anything anymore.
What is this? Is this like, should we be concerned, or is it just a Zen thing?
It's just.
Is this it? Is this the one step before you shed all your skin and leave?
I got a pile of shit that I've had on eBay for like a year. None of it's selling yet, and it's all worth good money. So I refuse to lower the price.
Okay, like what?
It's just like a lot of rock art and some music.
It's not moving.
No, and it's worth a lot of money. So I don't want to dump it.
What music?
All the bootlegs. Incredible bootlegs.
Yeah.
I mean, all stuff from Japan and shit when I was out there.
Where are the people that want this stuff? I thought you were tapped in.
I am, but it seems that you got to find the right people for stuff. Like if I went to like the Pasadena flea market and set up a stand for a few weeks, it'd probably be gone.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work, though. You got to get up at like 4. You ever do a flea market?
No, not as a grown person.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. I think I went once when I was a kid with somebody else.
Yeah.
But then, like, you're going to be a flea market guy.
I know. Yeah, they're like, hey, I saw you at the Comedy Store last night. Yeah, shit's going good. Here, you want to buy this CD?
Japanese.
Yeah.
Stones.
Yeah, it's Japanese, man. Look at the artwork. And no one's a lunatic like me. You got to find the lunatics out there.
Well, I thought that's how you tap in, like you and Perry.
Yeah.
There's more lunatics.
There is. But they usually don't have money because they've all spent it on everything.
They just want to barter. I'll trade you another Japanese bootleg.
2 Day on the Green shirts for that Tom Waits live at the Paramount. That kind of shit.
I have a couple of bootlegs someone sent me. Maybe I need to. I don't know. I don't value things.
Yeah.
I just have things. Like now I'm like obsessed about where my fucking cat already fucked up one of my new
blinds.
Yeah.
I saw it on the Instagram live. That would make me nuts.
Yeah, I know it would. It's he didn't destroy it. I just now it has to be rethreaded.
Right.
So like it's not like he fucked the fabric up.
Yeah.
It's salvageable, but it's like, how does that stop? The sacrifices you make. Yeah, you got a nice old dog that waddles around. I've got fucking destructive lunatics.
She's over here, look, just chilling. She's going to be 5 next week.
5 years old?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah, good.
She looks like she's 50.
I know. Well, that's the look. I got lucky on this French bulldog, though. She doesn't look like a science project. She looks like an old lady.
Yeah, she's like an old lady, a waddling old lady. Like, but is that because they're inbred? What's the problem? Or is that just the way they are? It doesn't look like they're built for the wild in any way.
No. She can barely eat a piece of beef jerky, let alone some animal if she had to.
Why are you feeding her beef jerky?
She loves that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this beef jerky, this animal beef jerky.
This fucking, it's special for dogs?
Yeah.
Dog jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fucking cat, this Sammy, he's like any human food. Any of it.
Oh, I give her no human food.
No, I can't. There's nothing I can do. The guy's on the counter, and he's eating salmon, he's eating the fish I'm making, he's eating whatever the fuck it is.
You let him, though.
I know. Apparently, I let him fuck my blinds up, too. And I've had cats, eventually... They just fuck everything up. It's crazy. It's going to fuck the whole house up.
Yeah. I wanted one of those bald cats, but I knew. Ugh. Yeah. I like them.
Yeah. Well, pretty soon you're not going to have any hair, it seems. You shed your skin and your hair. Yeah. You guys can both sit around all bald and shit. You and the bald cat.
Snake Boy and the Bald Cat. It's a new animated show on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about last night?
What?
I was thinking about how we are interviewers now. which is a trip, right?
Yeah.
Because most people don't listen to other people. They just don't listen. I think podcasts are so popular now because people don't like to talk on the phone or talk to each other.
Yeah.
But they'll listen to people talk.
I guess so. And a lot of people still don't listen. Professionals don't listen. I had to train myself to listen. You got to train yourself.
You do.
And it's weird when you do the interviewing where you're like you can't zone out.
No.
Because if you do, they're going to know. And it's just you guys, and you're going to miss something. You can't do the game where you're both kind of in the kitchen doing shit, picking up key words like you're in a couple. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, you went to the thing. You can't, you got to stay in it.
Yeah.
And it's a little, it's work, and it's draining. If I do 2 interviews in a day, I'm wasted.
Oh, totally. Same here. I do 2 and then go do a show at the Comedy Store. I'm just like, people don't understand. You're just drained, man.
Yeah, it's real. Like, it makes me empathize for therapists, though I think they probably listen less than we do.
That's funny, man, because I've never gone to therapy because
no vaccine, no therapy. Dean's he's just taking life on the chin, man. No help for Dean.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You went to therapy. How long did you go?
Well, as I got older, I'd only go if I needed help with certain things. Like, you start to know, like, I never quite used it as a crutch. And I don't stay in therapy very long if I don't got nothing to work on.
Right.
So I did the work at different points in my life, but I was never one of those lifers. I go in and out. Like, I saw a therapist for a few months after Lynn passed,
right?
Because I needed somewhere to put those emotions, work through them, figure out, how to to contextualize them. So if I got an issue that I can't work through with a friend, or something comes up, something comes bubbling out of my guts from my past, I got a guy, or I got a woman who I'll go see for stuff. Yeah.
But I mean, I always look at it as, look, I know it works for a lot of people, but you in generally know your problems, and I know mine. And going and sitting and telling somebody that stuff, I don't know how it fixes it. Like, I do know I could be easily a rage of anger, but I've learned how to really push it down and never really bring that out.
Yeah, but you say that like it's a good thing. That's why your skin is coming off.
Well, I mean, when you can easily be angry your whole life. I know people like that, and you don't want to be around me like, here comes.
Yeah, you make choices, but I think like what you're saying is, when does it become an issue? If that internalizing starts to cause you other trouble, or that you don't know if that's what's happening. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes a lot of stress-related ailments, can happen. So, like, tracking that stuff down. But I think the idea is, it is a problem if you just go to therapy and you're just telling them something. But if you're trying to connect what you know with the feelings around that and move through those, it'll release some of that stuff.
Right.
So you're paying somebody to trust them to move you through trauma or help you see something about yourself that you can't see.
Yeah.
That's what you're paying. You're not paying them there to reaffirm that you know what's wrong with you.
Right.
Sure, yeah. I know what's wrong with me, but I don't know how I'm going to, like, if I got to get down to the feelings, I got to cry or whatever, I'm not, I can do it a little with you, or I can do it, with the grief thing, I could do it, out of nowhere with anybody. I mean, the mailman walking up and I start crying. It's like, I'm okay. But they give you context, they give you a space to work through that stuff. And I think releasing that, if you can track it, because you know what you know, but do you feel what you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to feel it to get it out of you, like an exorcism.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I look at it as like, I also think that I burned it up so hard that thank God I found comedy.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to work on a bit like, hey, don't do everything. Don't do all the shit. You got to spread it out, because I did all the shit.
Because I'm done.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm at 40, I was like, nah. Yeah. I've seen this band 100 times. I've ate this burger 4 million times. I've, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then thank God for comedy. I was like, oh my God, something new. But that's
interesting, that the repetition thing, because I don't know that I have that. Everything's sort of a surprise to me. I mean, like I'll get into something heavy for a week, or for a month, Yeah, but then it just goes away. Yeah. Like I'm not a huge concert guy, and I never was.
Right.
And so all of that stuff is it's always kind of new to me because I've never, I don't go all in as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because maybe it's bored, or I get, or I think, or I had enough. Like I've been done that with bands and stuff and records. Like I gotta get all the records, but then you're like, some of these aren't good. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why
yeah.
You don't need all the records, do you?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. But I was thinking about that. But you were a singer mostly, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yep.
Like you weren't like a guitar guy.
No, I didn't play guitar till I was 35.
I see.
I mean, I played when I was young.
Right.
I got an SG. Well, first I got a drum kit. Neighbor was Pablo Cruz's drummer.
Pablo Cruz.
Yeah, Find Your Place in the Sun.
Yeah.
And I don't know, one day there's a drum kit.
What was their other hit?
They had Find Your Place in the Sun and one other. There's two. Oh, damn, Bay Area band.
Yeah.
So I got a drum kit. I fucked around with that in the bedroom for a couple weeks, and I go, I can't play with anybody or anything.
Yeah.
I traded it for, I got a Gibson SG, the SG. It was like the cheap one out of Walnut.
The Walnut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got that, and then I started to learn chords and everything and playing guitar, and then everybody needed a singer.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I did want to talk to you about this. At that point in my life, I was obsessed with Saturday Night Live and Cheech and Chong, Belushi, Pryor, all that, as much as I was with rock. But I didn't know where to do comedy.
Yeah.
And everybody needed a singer, so I just started singing, and 25 years went by. But how did you, because you love rock, how did you not get in a band back then?
Well, that's a good point. It's a good question. Hold on. I just was looking at this, because I was thinking about what changed my brain. It was the Guitar Player magazine, November 1977.
Oh, wow.
With Keith on it.
Keith on it. Oh.
With the blonde telly.
Yeah.
It was, for some reason, that was it. And it's like, I wanted that guitar. And I was hung up on that humbucker, but it was because I think he put that in.
Yeah, he did, of course. Yeah. They make one now.
Yeah, I know. They make everything.
But I mean, a great relic one of it.
But okay, so what happened with me was I played guitar from age 11. I think we started, me and my brother. My dad had an old Harmony with F-holes.
Yeah.
And I think there was a classical around. We were taking lessons, and my mother would make us practice 15 minutes a day. Me and my brother would sing together. We had 3 songs, like Rocky Raccoon, Johnny Be Good, just with chords, no licks, no nothing, but just singing. And she just wanted us, anything that she could get us to do that would mean that she didn't have to parent us was good.
Yeah.
But so she got us this guitar teacher, Brad Bumgarner Kirby, and his wife, Claudia, were these little kind of Christian hippies, and they became like our second parents. Like, they teach us guitar, but then they pick us up at swim practice. They'd take us to dinner. And we'd spend time at their house. It was hilarious.
Yeah, the babysitters,
kind of, and they were great. They were great. He ended up opening up. I remember, I remember when I switched guitar teachers to someone who taught me how to play lead, and then Brad invited me to a church thing to play with him and his dad, and I was just so I'm gonna fucking lay this out, man. And I fucking laid out my Johnny Be Good. I'm like, well, who are you now, buddy? I just handed you your ass.
You're just all angry at your teacher.
Bad. Well, I just thought that was just cocky. I was angry. So the band thing, well...
Yeah, why didn't you join a band? Because to me, you're a couple years older than... How old are you?
57.
Yeah, I'm 55. So... There was no kids doing comedy.
No. I loved comedy, but it didn't seem like anything anyone could do.
Right.
So it wasn't really about that. I was a big Chevy Chase fan and Belushi, and I remember staying up and watching that first season.
Same here.
But but I was like, you must have been really young. I was 13.
I was a kid, and I was obsessed with SNL.
I used to do pratfalls because of Chevy at school in junior high.
Yeah.
I would set them up.
I was way into Belushi, but then all of a sudden I was hooked on Bill Murray, and Caddyshack came, and I could do Carl, his voice.
Right.
It's in the hole. I can't believe, that shit. And I would do that at school and get so much laughs. And I could impersonate my metal shop teacher, and I could get laughs. And
I always was a smart ass.
I didn't know how to take it anywhere further.
Well, no, but we were kids. You're just trying to fuck. I got kicked out of a private school because I was a smart ass. I got in trouble at Hebrew school. But But the music thing. It's weird because I was initially a Chevy guy, and I liked Chevy in the movies, and then I became a Belushi guy. But by the time Bill came on, I think I was moving on. I mean, I love Bill, but I feel like I'd moved on from SNL a little bit.
More of his film stuff.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah, Stripes.
Fucking Grodin's dead, man.
Oh, God, it was so brutal. I watched that. I
just watched Midnight Run like a month ago.
I was watching him on Letterman last night. It was so fucking genius.
How about what was The Lonely Guy? You remember The Lonely Guy with Steve Martin? Underrated movie.
Great, dude.
He was so good in that.
Oh, my God.
The Heartbreak Kid I just watched.
What a killer, right? There's all these guys.
Real life.
There's dudes like that when we were growing up that were just so fucking good.
He lived a full life. 86.
Oh, yeah,
Paul Mooney died, 79, right?
Paul Mooney died today.
Yeah, today. Yeah. But so...
Yeah, did you audition for any bands or anything?
Well, it's kind of funny because I took guitar lessons, and I was one of my best friend in high school, Dave Bishop, was a great guitar player. He was gifted, had a black Les Paul Custom, took guitar lessons when he was a kid from the Wizard in Albuquerque, the Jazz Wizard, natural player, but just didn't give a fuck really, but could toss away just genius, right? His brother Roger was a drummer. Dave's dead now. But when I was in junior high, we kind of put a band together. I had my buddy Dean Hines played drums, and Damon Milet was singing. We had a bass player in and out. Yeah, but we didn't really. I had no discipline. I'd go see local guys. I'd hang around the guitar shop, but I wasn't a gear nerd. But I had this big Schecter Explorer that I had them put the neck of my Telecaster onto with DiMarzio pickups and brass equipment. But what was I doing? I could barely play.
Explorer.
Explorer.
I love it because you got one coming now. But
I can play a little now.
What was your thing on the Explorer? Was it like Skinnerd?
No, but I was not a disciplined player, and I'm still not. So I never played anything that well. I was never a nerd enough to learn songs. So I knew 3 songs. So, when we were playing early on, when we had that band together, I think we did, we could cover, but badly, Taking Care of Business. Oh, yeah. I think we did Rock Steady. I think we tried to do Sweet Emotion. I think we did a half-assed, Tush. I think we did Sweet Home, kind of. But we never really followed through. We knew 4 or 5 songs. We played a couple of dumb gigs. But I was never a good enough player. I remember one time I auditioned for this band called the Philistines, who were this kind of punk new wave band, real cocky, arrogant cunts, a lot of them. But I was friends with this guy, Steve LaRue, whatever. So I auditioned for this, and I knew nothing. Yeah. I could play Chuck Berry. That's what I could play. And they come down, they're like, "Can you do anything?" I'm like, "I can do this." So I never really was
you just didn't go further.
I had no range.
Right.
And I didn't really sort of lock back into it until I never stopped playing. But I only started getting good, when I started going and hooking up with Vivino at Conan and learning licks and getting re-engaged. When I realized it's probably 10, 15 years ago where I'm like, I can still get better at my own pace. I don't have to live up to anything. I still don't have to learn songs, but I can become a better guitar player.
Right.
So I did. But when the time to be in bands, I was just not good enough.
Yeah. I wasn't good, but it was the old nobody wanted to sing.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out, because everybody was way better at guitar than me. There was 10 dudes on each block that were fucking great.
Oh, yeah. There were dudes in my high school that were amazing.
They're killer.
Yeah. And it was just that was not going to be my bag. Yeah. I was not going to be, I just didn't, I don't know, man. I don't have much discipline, really. I mean, I do my work and I'm a workaholic guy.
Yeah.
But in terms of learning shit,
I
don't know.
Yeah. I was, in the last couple weeks, I had a couple mediocre sets, and it sent me down a fucking brutal spiral of depression. It was wild.
What do you got? Why be so hard on yourself, man? We just got back.
I know, but it was. I still couldn't shed the feeling.
No, I know. I did. I feel it too.
It was disgusting, actually, how bad I felt.
No, it happens, man. It happens. You know, I mean, it's like we're back in that thing.
Yeah.
Where it's sort of like we're not special. We're doing the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, one after another.
Yeah.
We're watching other people.
Yeah.
You're back in that fucking world.
Yeah.
It's not as competitive, but it's still like, you know, you want to get the spot. Yeah. So like, you know, you judge yourself against that 15 minutes. And, you know, it's a hard thing to shake.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't fucking bust out until last night. I busted out. Like I did all right that set where I followed you. I was in the zone and I was getting at stuff. But last night I was out. I think it was because like I don't know Tim Dillon. You know,
yeah.
I never met him before.
Right.
But he was there last night, and I'm like, oh, this is the new guy.
The store?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm like, this is the new guy, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm on before him it was funny because I'm like, I went way up, and I fucking did the provocative shit. You know, I pushed the envelope.
Yeah.
And I never met him. He's a nice guy. He's a funny guy. I didn't watch him do his act, but talking to him off stage, I thought it was funny.
Right.
Reminds me of New York.
Yeah, well, that's where he's from.
Yeah. I met another guy named Bruce something. Hangs out with that guy. They're all coming home, man. They're all going to come home.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was like, it's like I said it on the Instagram Live before. The one thing you never hear, finish your sentence. We're moving to Austin, Texas. You got to finish your sentence to remind yourself. It's Texas.
Well, my favorite thing is everyone moved out of California. I go, really? It was 7 people.
Yeah.
And 2 of them have enough money to do whatever they want. So, technically, they could just.
No one's moving. I mean, maybe there. Who cares? I don't know.
But I'm just saying. I don't worry about everybody else. One thing I did learn in the last 5 years is I love California, and I think my main thing, a battle that I'm having with depression is like, fuck, I can't get work. It's been 11 years. How is this fucking possible? And then I'm podcasting like crazy. And I'm trying to get funny. I just want to make enough money to be able to live here the rest of my life. Yeah. I don't want to go, you know, I did that bit where I go, Bakersfield is $1. No one wants to live out there. You know what I mean? It should be free, you know?
Right. But don't be too hard on yourself, man. It seems like you got a few gigs coming up. Are people booking out?
Yeah, well, I think it's just mostly the confusion of like, how can I not have, you know, at least an agent or a manager? It's just crazy to help me get stuff. And and I know they're not going to get anything anyway. I mean, I had the greatest manager there is, and he just straight up said, I'm not going to be able to get you anything.
Well,
but
they did that. That same guy did that to me.
I know. But it is funny because I saw something last night that fucking knocked me out, and then it helped me. It was CK. He was on Letterman or something.
An old one?
Yeah, I like to watch a lot of comedy when I'm back into it.
Yeah.
And not to...
That's so funny. I don't watch any.
I
watch people at the store. I watched Maniscalco last night. He's if only I had the, you know, he can talk about nothing.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's such a sweet guy. And I know he's not getting as aggravated as his character, but the character's great.
Yeah.
And there he's a lot like Nice Dice. He's like Nice Dice.
Nice Dice. Yeah. You know, I like Sebastian when he's working out and he's not the big guy. When he's just like, he's actually seems angry and really monotonous. He's like,
what he's
was
doing,
that the Grove today?
Yeah. You know, that's what he's doing. That's
fucking people, man.
Yes.
I like it without the flames, you know.
Sure.
But anyway, so CK was on there and he's like, I've been doing comedy for 35 years, making money for 4 of it.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not a fucking idiot. I know I don't deserve anything, but I do work my ass off.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking, I feel the podcast, and this is not like tooting my own horn or whatever, I think it's one of the smoking music podcasts.
Yeah.
Just the gas and shit. And you're just waiting for someone to go, oh, look at this, man, you know?
But it has its people, doesn't it?
It does, but I feel like it should be way bigger.
Yeah.
And I get lost in the old algorithms.
Yeah.
And the, you know, who's hip for this week and who's the hot new dude or whatever.
I can't do that shit anymore.
Yeah.
I get because I still I got no fucking boundaries and all that stuff still affects me. So I somehow or another just keep busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got a chicken brining.
Yeah. Look, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm human, and that's where the depression comes in.
Well, I think that it's in there anyways, and it just triggers it because it's frustrating because it's out of your control, it seems, but it feels like it should be more in your control, and there's just no way to determine why that shit happens.
Right.
Do you know why? I don't know how to get anything out there. I don't know where. I don't know where. All I know is we're keeping steady. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. I don't even know what it means. Who is the collective? What is the audience? What is everyone doing? There's a million things out there. I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
When people tell me stuff every day, people are like, "Did you hear?" I'm like, "What happened? How did I miss that? I look at the news on my phone. How did I miss that?
Yeah, I stare at my phone.
Yeah, I should know everything." But here's what I did, in the last few days, just because I started thinking about it because we had talked about it, is that I started to consider those later Stones records.
Oh.
But dude, I really didn't think about it until because for me, I used to be the guy that would be like, Some Girls was it. That was the last one. But that run of Black and Blue, Some Girls, Emotional Rescue, Tattoo You.
That's my favorite.
Dude. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me, but I listened to Emotional Rescue and Tattoo yesterday, and I'm like, these are great Stones records.
Dude, when I first met you, I remember specifically, and this is so true, I said, you're like, Stones, so yeah, man, you work for the Stones? Like, yeah, I was out there, I did some fucking shit, and, whatever, no big deal. And we started, and I go, Everybody's Exile, that's the obvious one, the hipster. It's a great record. But you know what's a fucking masterpiece? Is Tattoo You. And you're like, that thing sucks. And I was like, no, man. Side one is, I used to call it, Saturday night is side one, Sunday morning is side two. And I think Adam Duritz ripped it off from me on his thing, it was something like rock and roll. And
no one's listening to him either.
Yeah. Well, he's got 2 classic records, man. Holy shit.
I know.
So, that record.
Not classic hair, though.
Oh, man. Oh, sorry, shit. Sorry. So, there's a song on there called Tops that is so, and Worried About You.
Ooh, yeah.
Those 2 tunes.
Yeah.
They're.
I'll Take You to the Top.
Yeah. I'm going to take you to the top.
Dude, that's like it's oddly a soul masterpiece.
How about this? The lane, every man has the same, come on. I'm going to make you a star.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take you a million miles from this. Put you on a pedestal. Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Look at Goosebumps, dude. It is. I saw him sing that song live.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere on the tour. They go, hey, we're going to do one called Tops. And I went, did he just fucking say Tops? And I ran to the side of the stage. And he sang that like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Like when we saw Moonlight Mile, the falsetto was incredible. It's so fucking good.
It was just so weird because when I go up the hill, I'll listen. There was a while there where I was listening to Get Your Yayas Out, over and over again.
Yeah.
Because I had this moment where I'm like, oh my God, if it wasn't for Charlie and Bill, this thing's going to break apart. There's where you can really focus. There's a remastered one where you can really focus in on Charlie and Bill and realize, holy shit, tight as fuck, swings the shit out of it. But, that whole thing would have just been garbage without them. But anyway, so I listened to the Stones, but then, I remember Tattoo You. My feeling about when Tattoo You came out, I remember when, what year was that? Was
81.
Was Tattoo You? Right. So, because I was in high school when Emotional Rescue came out, and it'd been a while, right? And I was like, this is going to, I'm excited. And it was weird because Jagger had the big beard. And what's happening?
That was crazy, right?
It was crazy beard. You don't even know how he grew it.
I've never seen it again.
I know. And And then that came out, and I was like, there's a couple good songs in here. And then Tattoo You, that's the tour I saw him on. But I for some reason, I always really registered like Long Black Limousine. Yeah. But I didn't register. I was hung up on old shit. And I'm a weird guy because, like, for me, I love It's Only Rock and Roll, which is, people think is a fragmented record. And I like Black and Blue, which has like 9 guitar players on it. It's great.
Yeah, great.
But when I realized just yesterday, is all the way fucking through, dude, from Beggars to goddamn Tattoo You, there's not a bad record in there.
That's it, man. That is it, dude. That is it. And also, what's crazy about Tattoo You is, is that period where him and Keith are not talking at all.
Yeah.
So he's like, we kind of we got to do the Stones record. And which, by the way, today I had... the guy that designed the Tattoo You tour stage set on the Grail.
Oh.
So he was telling me, Mick and him were talking. He had a pyramid for the stage was going to be, and it rose up, and the band would be there like Egyptian and all that shit. So, Mick refused to think that the Stones were over, so they go and get those old 70s tracks, and he creates Tattoo You out of old 70s tracks. And, man, I mean, to think about...
They didn't play them again?
No, they did. Well, there's some that were recorded, and then they'd come in.
From, like, Some Girls?
Yeah, Some Girls, there's, like, 2 sessions of Some Girls and something else. 72, a couple leftover tracks. But they're mostly Some Girls. And so then
176 Some Girls?
No, 78.
Okay.
So he... kind of puts this record together, and then to me, when it comes out, I'm like, I mean, there's 2 of the tracks that were supposed to be on Some Girls. I forget what they are, but if you Wikipedia, and I was thinking like, holy shit, if those 2 were on Some Girls too, that would have been like probably the best record ever of the 70s.
Well, even that tune, what's it on? Dance, Dance, Dance.
Oh, I love it, man.
I mean, it's like, I don't know, that sounds like a Some Girls.
Yeah, tune. Right. Because they're in that New York boogie, Studio 54.
Yeah, but like I just was thrilled about it. And then I listened to Undercover on vinyl.
Love it.
There's a weird Keith one on there. Yeah, I liked it.
Too Much Blood?
Maybe. I can't remember. But I liked it, but it's starting to get away from me a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I think by Dirty Work, Bill's gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. He didn't even play on the record, I think.
I don't think so. And then Steel Wheels I remember listening to, but I don't even have a copy of it.
Oh, I love it.
Sad Mixed Emotions.
I like
Mixed
Steel
Emotions
Wheels.
Good.
Yeah.
Are those guys rocking a Hard Place is okay?
Yeah, that's a great one. Stuck between a rock. But also you got to think about
Bill's on there again.
Yeah?
Huh. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was
What's
I'm thinking no. Bill was on Undercover because he's on the cover. It was Voodoo Lounge where he's gone.
Voodoo Lounge. Oh, that's Daryl Jones comes in on that.
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy too to think about how the Stones during that era are still big playing stadiums.
They're a great rock and roll band.
Right. But I mean, look what's going on at the time. It's like Guns N' Roses opens for them.
I know.
During that. Prince opens for them during
crazy,
that.
Right?
And then then like they survived Nirvana and all that shit and just keep going.
But it's weird though, dude, because like all those fine Guns N' Roses, Prince, Nirvana, they open up and they can take it down, Paradise City, whatever. But all the Stones got to do is come out and go dum bam ba da da ba da and like
just erase your set.
Everything.
Erase your set with one riff.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
An old-ass riff.
Yeah.
Old-ass riff.
Yeah. It's like when I had a pretty good set Saturday, and then you went on, and I was like, oh, this fucker's going long. He's erasing my set.
Oh, yeah? That's why I erased it? It was the extra minutes?
No. It was good, though. It was funny.
I mean, but, I get into that mindset. But I got out of that a long time at the store, because I'm not hard to follow.
No.
And I don't try to make it hard to follow.
Yeah.
I'm there to get work done.
Yeah.
But like I don't even think about it that way. I used to think about it that way.
Yeah.
But I don't, because like I am easy to follow. That's why I'm like, put me up early.
Yeah.
I just want to get work done.
Yeah.
I don't need to close with my goddamn dick joke. It's a goddamn 15-minute set in the OR. I just want to see what I got.
Right.
And try to polish a couple things. That's the harder thing, is not whether or not you got erased. It's following the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like I worry less about being erased than I do like, oh Christ, how long is it going to take me to turn this room around?
Yeah.
I've only got 15 minutes and I've got to turn it around.
Yeah. That's why I like to go on after guys like you or Burr or Sebastian. That people think that it's hard to follow or whatever. I like to try to reset it, because that's the whole skill of comedy, is resetting. Here's a guy that you probably don't know, and let's see.
But also, like, there's people there that, just want to kill no matter what. And it's sort of like, do you really need to?
Yeah.
Like, do you need to do your closing 15? Bobby's a little like that sometimes. Yeah. Carlos used to be like that.
Well, my fear is if I don't kill, I don't get to work. With the old world, when 8 years ago or 9 years ago, it was actually, for me, my level, a workout room.
Well, that's what I liked about this last week.
Right.
Like, now they got the room filled again. How long? Like, it's like Dylan said. He's like, he said everyone's very happy and what's the word he used? They're kind of like, we're all in this zone of sort of like, they're patient. And they're like, everyone's excited to be back. So like, that'll last 2 months.
Yeah.
Before they're like, where's the new shit? We got 2 months, man.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Yeah, you're doing the MRI joke. I saw it in March. Yeah, but we were off a year. It's like, that's also a weird thing.
Yeah.
I had a great 30 right before the shutdown. And I'm kind of re-firing that up.
I got to go find my old notebook. I know I got about 30 I didn't put in the special, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So I'm using that, and it's a year old, but it's really not. It's like 4 months old.
Yeah, I can't get out of like talking about, what we've been through.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, I built out, so I got to remember this shit, man. God damn. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
It's like I could record the sets, but I don't listen to them.
I listen to them.
I've been recording my sets for fucking decades. Yeah. I've listened to 3.
I only listen to them when I do bad.
Upstairs, dude, I got a box of cassettes.
Oh.
A box of cassettes. Dude, labeled cassettes.
We should whip those out like once a week.
Man.
How cool would that be?
I got to go get them. I got to get the cassette player.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh.
Hey, you know what else I want to do is I've got some old cassettes of me singing with different bands. I'll bring them over and we'll listen to it.
Do we need to do anything fancy? Do we need to digitize them first, or can we just stick a mic in it?
We'll just stick a mic at it for now.
All right.
But if we find some gold.
So, but I guess what I was telling you, though, to wrap it around, was just that, like, I've come around to realize that the full arc, that Stones arc.
Yeah.
Because, like, you realize that after like, some girls, and even, that's not even true. It happened earlier, that the classic Stones record had it all. You've got your ballad.
Yep.
You've got a few rockers. You got a country tune.
Your blues one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it was a balanced record. Then there's a Keith thing.
Yeah.
But like, they did that.
Yeah.
And like, there's no big, like Tattoo You is all about that. So is Emotional Rescue.
Yeah.
And I was just sort of like, holy fuck. It's really great to be a Stones fan and to be this old, but to realize, like, I never gave this fucking album a shot.
Yeah.
Like, I listened to Talking Heads 77, I think probably for the first time in my life, all the way through as a conscious person the other day.
Yeah.
Like, I know Psycho Killer. I know a couple of those songs.
Great.
But I never, like, really just sort of tackled the whole record. And you start to realize, like, God, some of the shit that I thought was off. And that's always the case with me.
Yeah.
I'll fucking broad stroke dismiss fucking whole albums or bands.
Yeah. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
That shit sucks.
Yeah. And I'm like,
you did that when I first met you, and I was like, I don't know, dude.
But you knew I was a Stones fan.
Oh yeah.
When I met you, you didn't even like the Grateful Dead.
I know. I didn't. I know. And now I'm trying to talk to you about Dead, and you're like, I already did that. I'm on the Stones Tattoo You.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's funny is, like, I mean, you and I come from distinctly different musical beginnings in terms of what our tastes were.
Yeah.
And it's weird because there's a whole world of shit that you like that I don't fucking know nothing about. And then there's this other world that I know that you don't really engage with. Because we had that moment last week when you came up and I was playing those heresies for you, and I put on the Catherine Wheel, that David Byrne record. You're
That's
like, what the fuck? What is this?
So good.
It's great.
But I love when that happens.
Me too. But you can do that with music.
I know.
There's no end to it.
Nope.
No end to it.
I know.
And there's no shame in not knowing things.
Yeah. I said recently, somebody said, man, I just started listening to AC/DC. I go, God, I wish I was you. You have so much good shit coming your way.
The first time you listen to that stuff.
Right?
Damn it.
Fuck.
But like I was thinking about like what got me going initially, you know, what were the first 5 albums?
Yeah. What were they?
What were mine?
Yeah. I know mine.
Well, I had that little flip open goddamn record player down in the basement, and I guess it was probably 69, 70.
Yeah.
And then I also had this Iowa cassette player that my parents didn't use anymore because they got a high-end system. It had the detachable speakers. It was like a big console, and they gave me I had a box of cassettes that they didn't that were just downstairs. And for some reason, I had the Beatles' second album. And that's when I got obsessed with that song "Roll Over Beethoven." And then for some reason I had Mountain's Greatest Hits.
Wow.
They did a version of "Roll Over Beethoven." I'm like, I got to find all the versions. But it took me 3 to get to Chuck. But and then I had what was it? I made my grandmother buy me Aqualung.
Oh wow!
For some reason.
Wow.
So I had that.
At what age?
I guess I was 63, 70, 8 or 9, maybe 8 or 9. Because I remember being in the basement. I remember having Like, when did that come out? Is that possible?
I don't know, but that's a strange record as a kid to get. You know, was it because it was on the radio?
The cover, I think it was Locomotive Breath, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that cover, man, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm just going to see if this adds up. Maybe I'm like talking out my ass.
Oh, yeah, that happens. Like, you're like, yeah, it was like 77. And it's like, nah.
71.
Wow. All right.
So that's about right.
Yeah.
And then in the cassette box was Bobby Gentry's Greatest Hits, Ode to Billy Joe.
Oh, wow.
That's right?
Yeah.
Johnny Cash live at San Quentin. Some Boy Named Sue.
Killer.
Right?
Yeah.
Cosmo's Factory.
Oh, great record.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah.
Right? And then like Jerry Vale's Greatest Hits.
I don't know that. Jerry Vale's?
Yeah. God didn't make little green apples and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. He was a crooner. Like
right.
And what else was in that box? But, you know, right there, like those ones.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash, Creedence, and Bobby Gentry. Those were good.
I was Partridge Family.
Oh, I had those 2 earlier.
I Think I Love You. That was the first vinyl.
I had those. And also I'd Meet the Beatles, now that you're
right.
saying. I'd Meet the Beatles. I had 2 Partridge Family records. I had Bobby Sherman record, but that was in Alaska. So that was like 60 in the mid-60s.
Yeah. And then I had Bye Bye Miss American Pie, Don McLean.
My parents had that upstairs.
With the thumb, with the fucking red, white,
American
blue.
thumb.
Yep.
And that had Vincent on it, too.
Yep. That was the second. And then Kiss, Destroyer. Got that for a Christmas present. And that was mind blower. And that completely changed the whole world. And then once I got those, and then Jackson 5 Greatest Hits, because I was way into the Jackson 5.
Huh. Because my parents had the stereo upstairs, so they had some shit.
Yeah.
They had Melanie.
Yeah.
I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
I wish we could get
crazy
together.
good hit.
And they had for some reason the Chuck Berry London sessions.
Right.
My Ding-a-Ling.
Oh, yeah.
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 They had Let It Be by the Beatles. Right.
Yeah.
They had Janis Joplin, Pearl.
Oh, yeah.
And my mother told me she died of heroin. I used to look at that fucking cover
Yeah.
of that woman, that beautiful woman, just like think like heroin, really? And then you flip that thing over and you see that band, you're like, oh yeah. Those guys did it.
Yeah. My mom had the Carole King tapestry.
Of course. My mom had that too.
I used to tell a story. I think I love it so much. I play it every Sunday, still to this day.
Tapestry?
Yeah, every Sunday.
No shit.
Yeah, I put it on at least
every Sunday.
Every Sunday, and unless I'm flying home from somewhere. But when I'm home, that record comes on, and I think it was because my mom would have these fucking insane parties sometimes at the house.
Yeah.
And I hated it because I couldn't sleep.
Right.
But when Tapestry came on Sunday mornings, I knew the people were either sleeping or leaving.
Yeah.
You know, the party was over.
Right.
And it was my it was my comfort zone of like, oh, finally I can, they're leaving.
Yeah.
My house was like Mask, Cher, and Sam Elliott. It was like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And my mom's best friend, this chick Debbie, had a Corvette. They were lunatics. So that record was really my just peace of mind.
That's great. It's great to have those. Like, what was I just thinking about? My dad had a reel-to-reel.
Oh, fuck.
And he had Woodstock. I remember we had the Woodstock.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous piece of audio equipment. It required too much.
Yeah. Linda Perry had one of those, my friend. Linda Perry?
Yeah.
She's like, look at this. And she had all kinds of mint.
TIAC.
Yeah, mint reel-to-reels.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta fucking string it up. You're touching the tape.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That's
a lot of work.
I remember what I was going to say. Is that for me, like I got a blues-based brain in earnest.
Yeah.
Like I always fucking dug that, like that 145 Chuck Berry bounce blues shit. Because like even with Let It Be. Like when I was a kid, I'm like, I like the one after 909. Oh, like some throwback.
I hated the blues ditty.
Yeah, you hated it?
I didn't like it.
Oh, but so that was where my brain was all about that, and
right.
and it stayed that way for a long time. So like once when I was going to high school, it was a couple years ahead of you. Like I wasn't a metal guy.
Right. That's weird, right?
I don't know if it's weird. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I really liked. I got a box of records from this R&B record store next door to where I work at the bagel place because they weren't going to play them.
Yeah.
And in that box, it had like Elvis Costello's first record.
Great.
Had Tom Waits' Nighthawks at the Diner. Had Thorogood and the Destroyers.
Good one.
But like I could dig out, like Nighthawks resonated with me because it was old style. And like for some, like I would listen to that Elvis Costello record, and I thought watching the Detectives and Mystery Dance, like I get this. And also, man, we can't underestimate the power of my dad's taste of music that he would play in the fucking station wagon, right? So in the station wagon, we had Hocus Pocus by Focus.
Oh, yeah.
Great one. But it was all Buddy Holly. Buddy Holly's greatest hits and the American Graffiti soundtrack, right? So all those songs, the Buddy Holly songs were like so right up front with me. It was just that was what programmed me. So I didn't connect. Like I wasn't a Rush guy.
Right.
I wasn't a Sabbath guy. I wasn't like Van Halen I liked a bit because he was kind of a clown. But like by the time I got to high school, I was already going down the rabbit hole of Brian Eno and Fred, because the guy next door, Steve LaRue, who killed himself, was in a band called Jungle Red that played like twice a year, and they wore surgical gear, and there were two of them, and it was art rock.
Yeah.
So that kind of blew my mind. And then the other guy that worked at that record store, Jim, I think his name was Jim Regan, he made me these 3 tapes of all the old soul and R&B stuff. Otis, Sam and Dave, Aretha, all that stuff. So like these guys at that record store, kind of like put all this shit in my head, but none of it was metal.
That's weird because at the same time I'm listening to metal. I think that's the main thing that makes me angry in life is the surface judgment. Even when I start a comedy of like, oh, look at this rocker or whatever, I guess because how I look or whatever. And that's why I left my podcast. I specifically made sure I didn't have just tumbleweeds in there of like, oh, the 80s were great. It's like, fuck all that. But at the same time I listened to metal, man, I was so into Earth, Wind & Fire, Curtis Mayfield. I
didn't come to that shit till later because Earth, Wind & Fire outside of the hits, which I liked.
Oh.
I don't, it took a long time for me to sort of dig into Mayfield and stuff.
Man.
And I got nothing against metal. It's just
right.
Because like I love AC/DC.
Right.
I love ZZ Top. I'll go hard. Yeah. But like once it crosses over into Priest, I'm like, no.
Well, I was into, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would listen to Tom Waits, then I listened to Sade, then I listened to Prince, then I listened to Iron Maiden.
Sure.
And then I'd put on Cheech and Chong. I wanted it all.
I get it. And you got it all coming in, but some people are cut out for metal.
Right.
You definitely feel like, you were in metal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't even know most of those fucking bands.
Oh, my God.
Like, I got into Sabbath within the last, decade.
Right.
So, and I had to really weigh it all out, and then I land on 4.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that's the best Sabbath record.
To me, it's the Dio stuff, you know? So it's Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules. But I think really what I related to with metal was I was way into live rock shows, and these fucking guys were putting on shows that were mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I mean, mind-boggling.
Sure. No, I get that.
Fuck, you're just going like, what is going on here?
Yeah, it's like going in front seat at the war.
Yeah.
And I completely get that, and I appreciated it.
Yeah.
But it was like not my bag. It's like you listen to AC/DC, that's just fucking blues rock, man.
Killer, yeah.
It's blues rock though.
That's all it is, yeah.
And it's just that drive.
Chuck Berry, I mean, they tell you straight up.
Yeah. And Keith likes him too.
Yeah.
But I listen to everything now, and I'll even listen to the stuff. I like the proggier stuff now. That was a weird thing about Yes, man.
Oh.
Did I talk about that with you before?
No, but
because I don't like that shit really.
Yeah.
And I know Roundabout and the other one, the 2 hits on the first 2 records, whatever the fuck they were. But weirdly, I just didn't care. It was just too much. It was too prissy. It's like Styx. I saw Styx.
Yeah.
But I only liked the Renegade. I don't like Lady.
Yeah.
But I listened to Renegade, right? I had the Grand Illusion record that came out when I was in high school. Yeah. But
Babe, I'm leaving. I got the singer on Monday on the podcast.
Shaw?
No, Dennis DeYoung, the guy that wrote that shit.
The tall guy, the guitar player?
They booted him out. No, that's John. So it's 3 guys. It's Tommy
Styx?
Shaw. Yeah.
Tommy Shaw, yeah. He's like the size of a thumb.
Yeah. And then Dennis DeYoung, and then John. Those are the 3 voices. But Dennis wrote stuff like Babe, I'm Leaving, and that saved them. They were pretty much...
Yeah, I couldn't do it. But oddly, I could do Supertramp.
Oh, hated them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Breakfast in America, I could listen to.
Yeah. I remember this guitar player joined our band. He moved from L.A. to San Fran.
Yeah.
And we were driving around. He goes, what the fuck is up with the Bay Area? They play too much Supertramp on the radio.
Yeah, I never dug deep with them, but I like the harmonica and Long Way Home.
Well, I'm giant Chicago guy now. I think we talked about it before, but I turned 55 and I'm just full Chicago.
Chicago's good.
Oh,
I mean, I don't listen to them a lot, but I've got a couple of those records, those horns. Yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah.
But so yes, right. So I'm like, I push back on the prog, and then I'm like, all right, I got to reassess. Like every few months, I'll pull out the Crimson records and I'll put them on, and I'll just listen to them, and I'll be like, okay, I get it. Still not for me, really. But then I put on like Fragile in the first Yes record. And what blew me away from the vinyl, because I didn't have them. I just got those vinyls. And I'm like, oh my God, these are just dudes. Like, because when you listen to it on the radio or you grow up with it, you think like it's overproduced.
Oh, yeah.
But you listen to the records, like they're playing this shit.
They're playing it.
It's crazy.
It is. It is crazy, dude. I always think about like the engineer in there, right? What band did he do before them? Where he's like then they come in and he's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Who are these aliens?
Right. But that was the thing, is I could hear them playing together on the record.
Yeah.
Like I'd never heard it before on the radio, and I don't listen to them that much.
Yeah.
Because it's such an elaborate sound, right? And there's so many changes where I just assume like there's some weird mixing going on. They're like this, like they're not even real people.
Yeah.
But I changed my opinion because I on the record, I'm like, oh, they're a band.
Yeah.
They're a real band.
Yeah.
And I love that about, like, same with listening to those Bowies at the Beeb thing.
Yeah.
Like the BBC recording
Killer.
with the spiders.
Love that.
You're like, holy shit, this guy isn't from outer space. They're a fucking just a tight band.
Yeah. Totally.
It's amazing to hear 4 dudes, like, make that. That was what was also great about the Stones when we saw them. It's sort of like, it was like their first date out.
Yeah.
So we had to sit through them trying to figure out how their guitars worked, it seemed like.
Yeah.
But once they gelled, you're like, oh shit. They're just playing this shit.
It's crazy.
They're just a band. There's no backtrack.
No. And I also think about how bands later take it even further, like a Mastodon or the Mars Volta, where they take prog rock and different shit and they go even further. And you're going like, Wow, man. Because, you know, when I'm learning guitar, I'm learning AC/DC as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to learn fucking Chicago.
You watch TikTok, you're like, oh, my God, there's a million wizards out there. But they're just like, they're nerds,
right,
and they fucking lock it in.
Yeah. They can't write any songs. That's the
I don't know. Even if they can, I mean, it's like... I guess the guitar business blew up during the pandemic.
It did. Fender had its biggest year. Hey, Fender, send us some of those.
Jason Isbell Tellys.
No,
I'll take a Jason Isbell Telly.
No, we want the. We want the fucking the Joe Bonamassa because it's the Keith one.
Oh,
the humbucker. It's the fucking blonde.
But has it got Joe Bonamassa's name on it?
Well, it doesn't matter.
It does, man.
It's gonna rock, dude.
Keith.
Keith. Yeah.
Jason just put out one.
I saw it. Looked good.
Looked pretty.
Yeah.
I can't get involved. I'm not a guitar collector. I'm gonna do that shit.
You got an Explorer coming.
I know. I'm excited about that.
I can't wait.
Because like that thing you played, that V played so good.
Oh, Mr. Banker, Explorer. I can't wait to see you rock.
I want to play some, man. I gotta get a drummer, man.
Yeah.
I wonder if Jonah Ray's good.
Is he good?
I think he says he can swing.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I put him off the entire pandemic, but now I'm like, let's do it now. He's like, he's probably busy doing Mystery Science Theater or whatever.
Dude, I think in a few more months we'll be able to book the Bon Scott trivia
again.
2 nights.
Oh yeah,
going 2 nights.
Really?
Well, it'll be so. You know, everybody wants to see it.
Yeah, I just have to figure out. Like, I'm seriously thinking about integrating some music into my stage show.
Oh yeah,
but not on the road.
Right.
But like maybe do a night at Largo.
Oh yeah,
and like do like 'cause I always had this idea that like it would be because I play earnestly. I'm not going to play goofily.
Right. Oh
like,
no, I get what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I get what you're talking
about. Put my heart into it.
Yeah.
But I thought about playing some of those songs that my dad liked.
Yeah.
Like my versions of like songs from the American Graffiti soundtrack.
Right.
Wouldn't that be wild?
That would be wild. Like I always wanted to do a Rollins spoken word.
Oh yeah?
But I don't know how to go practice it. You know, that guy's a genius on stage. Just telling stories.
Yeah, just pretend like people are listening to you.
I know, but it's
or don't care. He doesn't. I don't even think he gives a shit. I think he can do that by himself.
You know, he told me how he practiced it. He said he would just drive his car down to Ventura Boulevard and walk all the way down Ventura Boulevard and talk the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then walk back and then get in his car and go home.
Yeah. You write it out and riff it out and you memorize it like a play.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He emailed me out of nowhere I hadn't heard from him in a long time.
Wow. What did he say?
I'm trying to remember. It was weird because it wasn't. Oh, I see. He was like, he was getting into the stiff record stuff.
Oh.
He said he hadn't listened to much pre-damned stiff record stuff. So he got into like Dave Edmunds and he got to Nick Lowe and then he got into some rabbit hole where he watched A Sensitive Man, the video for A Sensitive Man, which was like a Nick Lowe record a few years ago.
Right.
And I'm in the video. So he's like, dude, what's up?
Oh, wow. I love that, man.
Yeah, man. He's intense.
Oh, shit.
He's intense. I did those shows with him, man. That was like the fucking week. Like it was me, Garofalo, and Rollins.
Where was that at? And when?
2007-ish.
Whoa, before I knew you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, what's this about?
Well, it was just like a triple bill that I think Janine had wrangled.
Wow.
And the idea was we'd all do a half hour.
Whoa.
And we did a week in New York, and we did a week out here. And
were you doing jokes or storytelling?
No, I do my act.
Wow.
I'm doing whatever I do.
And then he was doing his storytelling.
But it very quickly became sort of like, we're not pulling straws.
Yeah.
Like the first night I went on after him and I'm like, not doing that. Because he, like, why let, that guy's not going to do a half hour.
There's
no way.
No way. Yeah.
So it was just sort of like, you just close, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
But the fucked up thing was we did the week in New York and then we got out here. It was at the Silent Movie Theater. And that, like, literally, when I got back from that week in New York, and my wife picked me up at the airport.
Yeah.
That's when she told me she was leaving me.
Whoa. She picks you up and tells you.
Well, it got weird. She picked me up and she's like, I told her what was going on, how the shows were. She goes, you're a genius, man. You really are a genius. And I'm like, that didn't sound right. Wow. And then we got home and she's like, I'm leaving you.
Wow.
And then I had to do a week with those guys. And I was like, like it was fucking rough, dude.
Was she living in the Highland Park house?
Yeah.
Whoa, no shit.
Oh, yeah.
What? Your face on that one, the way you did your face, I wish we were on video right now. It's like, oh yeah. It was almost like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
She wanted that house.
Zoinks!
she wanted that house, man.
She wanted it. Oh.
That's what took me down.
Oh.
I wasn't going to give her the house,
no.
So she decided to wring the money out of me some other way.
Wow.
But that all led to the podcast, man.
Next time we talk, let's talk about how you bought a house, because I wanted to say this before.
I used to do a joke about that.
Yeah.
About not knowing how to buy a house.
Dude, I'm learning so much. And
I didn't know anything. Like when people said they bought a house, I'm like, how much? And they're like 1.5. And I'm like, did you just show up with a briefcase?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to mention the comedian, but I saw him at the gym yesterday. And he's not a big comedian, but he's been working for years.
Yeah.
So I see him at the gym. And he goes, "Hey, you live in the neighborhood?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm over here." And he goes, "Oh, yeah." I go, "Where you at?" He says, "Oh, I'm on Mulholland." And I go, "Oh, yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, I bought a house there like 2 years ago." And I'm thinking, like, how did this guy buy a house?
Did you figure it out?
No, I'm just like, I've got like fucking 5 podcasts. I fucking grinded. And I'm like, wait, this guy...
But you never know, man.
Road comics, I guess,
No, you don't know. Family money, some inheritance.
It's true, yeah.
We don't know nothing about nobody.
No, we don't.
I mean, I see people all the time like, how the hell is that guy live? Does he work? Does he have a secret job?
Yeah.
You don't know what people's, like, or what they're sitting on or what they got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, money trickles down sometimes.
I know.
You know what I mean? Some people's folks die and all of a sudden they're like,
yep,
that's what they buy a house.
Yeah.
With the money they inherited from whatever. You don't know.
I'm learning a lot, though, man.
Yeah.
I'm actually fucking on it, But
it seems like it.
It's just a shit show of a market. But
it's all going to collapse. Yeah. By the end of the year, dude.
I'm hoping.
People are going to be eating scraps out of garbage cans.
Now, why do you think that?
But I don't know. It just feels like, how is it still so up?
I don't get it, dude. Look, I went over to a house.
Money. I don't understand it.
I went to a house in Echo Park on Thursday. It was listed for $899. They called me yesterday. They go, "Yeah, it's at 1.2. Are you in?" I go, "Dude, I haven't worked for a year.
Yeah.
Am I in? Well, who has money? It's crazy."
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, see, I don't like. Maybe I'm wrong. And obviously there are people now eating out of dumpsters,
right,
which is sad. But like, I don't know what it just. I don't know how everything is bubbled along, and I don't think how we're really going to know what these cities are going to look like post-pandemic yet. Because like, I guess some things are open. I don't really know how the economy works.
Yeah, I don't either.
Or how it's been. I know they've infused it with money, and obviously people still got to eat, and people with money are clearly still buying shit.
Oh, it's crazy.
And
they're still building shit. Hollywood is like, where Meltdown was?
Yeah.
They tore that whole block down. I drove by at Guitar Center, like, whoa, what the fuck? Whole block is gone. I'm talking the entire fucking block, down and back. Huh. And they're building fucking lofts and businesses and towers there. No shit. Then where the Viper Room is, they're about to plow that. They're building towers.
Well, that's, I think, is what, up on Sunset?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're going to make Sunset like a mall.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they're going to widen the road.
Yep.
Like, because I know that Peter sent me these plans for the front of the store that show a wider sidewalk. Like it feels like they're going to try to connect everything.
Make it like the 3rd Street Promenade where you can all walk around and shit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because I talked to a guy at Sunset Sound. He said they're going to build like a from like where the Amoeba is, the old one, like some kind of walk tower all the way to Hollywood and Vine, full of shops in the next 10 years where people could just shop in this kind of fucking upper walking tower. Huh. Yeah, he goes, I saw the plans. They're just ripping everything in Hollywood down, and it's going to be all like...
So funny. The only thing it's going to be is like the only thing left in the entire city of Los Angeles that's going to be old is the Comedy Store.
I know.
It's going to be sitting there in the middle of like
Comedy
the future.
Store, the whiskey, and the rainbow. Yeah. That's going to be it.
Oh, that's the thing about Dio is that... my buddy Dave, who passed, the guitar guy, he was a huge Rainbow fan, huge Richie Blackmore fan.
Love it.
And this is a good example of where I was at and who I was in high school. He wanted to go to Denver to see Richie Blackmore. We didn't have tickets, but Rainbow was playing at basically a rock club,
right,
in Denver. And we drove up to Denver with no tickets, right? And we get there that night, and there were people online. And my buddy Dave's just like gung-ho. His dad owned a stereo store. Sold Klipsch, by the way.
Wow.
Like the first time I saw Klipsch horns were the top of the line wood in Dave's parents' living room because his old man knew Klipsch.
Right.
Like he had the high-end store in Albuquerque, carried all that shit. Magnaplaners, Klipsch, B&O, like some of the Naga, what was it?
Nakamichi?
Nakamichi, yeah. High-end shit. But the first time I saw Klipsch horns were in that fucking house, and that was the first time I heard Gone Shootin'.
Oh, shit.
Was through Klipsch horns.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great setup.
Oh,
Gone
man,
Shootin'
dude.
through 70s Klipsch.
Dude. Killer.
Nothing better.
So, anyways, so there's all these people waiting online to see Rainbow, and Dave just walks up to this couple and says, I'll give you $50 a ticket. And the guy's like, okay, for Rainbow?
Wow.
So, so we go in,
Whoa.
and who opens for him?
I don't know.
John Cougar.
John Cougar.
Before he was John Cougar Mellencamp. So this is with I Need a Lover.
Yeah, Johnny Cougar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like this guy.
Whoa, for Rainbow.
But I was like, I'm into this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know about Rainbow. I don't even remember Rainbow.
You don't remember Rainbow.
No, but I remember seeing
one
John
of the greatest guitar players ever.
Boring.
Oh, I love it. That's going to be this episode. It's called Richie Blackmore. Boring.
Oh, he's a great player.
Nice,
but
great, yeah.
You know, but I can listen to the only other Richie Blackmore that I really knew was my buddy, not my buddy, but the guy who lived down the street from me. His brother used to drive us to school. Cody Walker's brother, Camper, used to drive us to Valley. That's the place where I stay in Albuquerque now. That compound where those people lived is now the Los Poblanos bed and breakfast lavender farm thing in Albuquerque because the Remby family were their cousins. A long story. But he used to play that live, and the live one with
Oh, yeah.
I'm lazy.
Yeah.
But it comes out of like Space Trucking or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was live, maybe it was live in Tokyo. It's definitely Deep Purple live.
Yeah.
I feel like it was Tokyo because it comes out of like Highway Star, I think, into Lazy.
Yeah, the live record's killer.
Or Space Trucking. I can't remember. But anyways, the point being is that really sort of illustrates my brain versus metal in a way.
Right.
Because like I'd never seen John Cougar, and he did that Sugar Marie, and he did I Need a Lover, and he did, I don't know, whatever was on that first record before he became.
He had hits.
He had, Pat Benatar had the hit, I think, with I Need a Lover, right?
Right.
Didn't she? Wasn't that her?
Was that her? Wait, I need a lover that won't drive me crazy. Did she cover that?
It wasn't his hit, dude.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
I don't think so. Song by John Cougar. Yeah, Pat Benatar.
Wow. She wrote it?
No, he wrote it.
Oh, and she made
a
hit.
big hit.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Wow.
But it was that first album. But he's very Stonesy at that time.
Yeah.
Playing guitar, band was loose, you know. But yeah, so that was that.
They fucking open. That's wild.
Well, he was nobody. It was that first album, and I have that album. It's a terrible production.
I know they open, but I'm just saying.
Why?
Yeah,
but that happened all the fucking time.
Two types is like what?
Didn't that happen all the time?
It did. That's why, like, you know, people would boo the opener. That's like when I was opening for Rival Sons, and the guys were booing me. The audience, it's like, oh, you guys are over 50. Yeah. That's right. You think you just boo the opener. You haven't been out since 81. You think you boo the opener.
Oh, that's so funny. Comics used to open for bands all the fucking time. It's crazy. It must have been crazy. You ever heard that Albert Brooks bit?
No.
Where he's opening for Richie Havens in Texas.
Whoa.
And he's backstage and the audience starts going, Richie. And like Albert's waiting to go out.
Oh, no.
And the guy at the stage manager there, or the guy, the roadie or whoever, looks at him and goes, your name Richie? He's like, no. He's like, they're going to hate you.
Oh, your name Richie? Nope. Yeah, too bad. I opened for Alice in Chains for 2 weeks. It was wild. It was really hard, but I would have never turned it down just for the stories and to be out with them.
All right, well, maybe we'll do some later. Yeah. I think we did it. I think this is a wrap on Dark Fonzie 2.
Yeah, Dark Fonzie 2.
We did it, man.
People liked the first one.
Did they?
Yep.